Hello, everyone. Welcome to another On My Mind session. It's Friday, so this is the last one this week. Next week, we are headed to the funeral, so I won't be doing any next week, but it has been a crazy few days. Got my hair got cut a little too short. But there's always a silver lining, and that means I won't have to go back for a while because I can let it grow out. But I'm cheating today, okay? I found this from Pastor Tim Brown from Calvary Fremont. I've told you, mentioned that Pastor Tim was our pastor in California before we moved here to New Mexico. And I found this, and I thought about it a few days ago and said, oh, I'd like to use this. Maybe I could read it, and pull some out of it. And it's been so crazy around here today, trying to pack and everything. And it was like I'm running around. I said, where's the makeup? What I do with it? I can't find it. And finally found it. And so it's getting late, but I like this. I think guys will understand the first part of it more than some women, although I have one who lives in the garage, so I understand it. But I'm going to read it, okay? So it's from Pastor Tim, and he says, the engine has been finely tuned by master mechanics. It roars like a lion and purrs like a kitten. Its chrome and brass parts have been spit-shined and are dazzling to the eye. When you sit in the driver's seat and press down on the accelerator, you can feel the power of the engine in your bones. You can't wait to take this honey around the block. You lick your lips and adjust your seatbelt and position your hands for the last time. You put it in drive with a rush of anticipation, but the car does nothing but kerplump and limp down the road at 15 miles per hour. Yikes. What's gone wrong? There's no air in the tires. They're completely flat. If you have a perfectly tuned engine and completely flat tires, you're not going anywhere. You're going to get a lot further with a 30-year-old Volkswagen with torn upholstery and no sound system than the finest car with flat tires. This is a problem in some churches today. We have perfect theology in our heads, but our souls are not filled with the Holy Spirit. We have perfect theology and flat souls. If you have perfect theology and a flat soul, you're not going anywhere. Without the obedience of faith that comes through being filled with the Spirit, your Christianity is merely academic. As a pastor, I've realized that much of my preaching is an attempt to fine-tune the already fine-tuned engines of my hearers. My preaching needs to pivot from fine-tuning the engine to inflating the tires of my hearers. You can't drive down the road with a finely tuned engine and flat tires. You can't live the Christian life with a perfect theology and a flat soul. It is impossible to do so. I need to inject my preaching with more rebuke, exhortation, correction, application, and narrative. May the Lord use my preaching to inflate the souls of my hearers with the Holy Spirit. I've heard non-Christians say, I don't care if Christianity is true. I want to know if it works. I used to think that this was a pretty ignorant thing to say, but I get it now. It's like saying, I don't care if your car engine is finely tuned. I want to know if it can travel down the road. People don't care about your fine-tuned theology. They want to see the power and life of Christ in you. If people can't see the power and life and love of Christ in you, your theology may impress you, but it's not going to impress them. People don't care if your theology is true. They want to know if your theology works in everyday life. The real test isn't how your theology roars like a lion and purrs like a kitten. The real test is where the rubber meets the road. May you have a finely tuned theology and a spirit-filled soul that is walking in obedience to Christ. That's the whole package. Stay healthy and be blessed and follow Jesus. Pastor Tim. True, true, true. I don't think I can add anything to it other than the fact that we have a car that's one of those oldies that, you know, what, drive it a bit, then wrench a bit, drive it a bit, wrench a bit. But anyway, so I get this. I get this. But anyway, I hope you get this. It's kind of fun, but it gets the point across. So again, thanks for listening. Have a blessed day. And thank you, subscribers, so much. If you're a newbie, hey, hit that subscribe button. And you guys hit the like and share. You don't know. It may help somebody. Okay? Bye. Not next week, but the week after. Have a blessed day again. Bye.